And most recently, they even want to eliminate classes that teach, quote, gender ideology. Well, so what are we talking about here? Classes that teach women's history? Women's equality? The study of the fact that there are still only 25 women in the United States Senate in a body of 100?
All right, guys. So we got to talk about a very unfortunate trend of the mainstream liberal media defending the indefensible, which is adult content being purposely trafficked to kids in school, which is exactly what this teacher here was doing. And parents rightfully call the police on her. Okay, now this is a teacher by the name of Sarah Bonner, and this teacher is from Illinois, and she offered her middle schoolers a best-selling LGBTQ themed book in class. Now, NBC News does what the mainstream liberal media does, which is mislead ignorant people who don't actually do research, who don't actually look into this stuff in regards to what is actually happening, because they want to push a narrative that the GOP and conservatives want to just ban books that they disagree with. Like, for example, CNN platforming a teacher who showed her kids a Disney movie where you had two same-sex characters kissing. Take a look.
And Jenna, you've said you feel that this is a targeted attack. What do you mean when you say that?
That same school board member is currently going around right now trying to, well, along with, the whole, what DeSantis is doing, trying to get rid of all basically diversity elements out of schools completely. Like, they're trying to strip individuality and diversity to fit one common agenda. And it's ruining everything. It's not what America stands for.
I think let's let our viewers listen to what that parent said that complained about you doing this in a recent school board meeting. Here it is.
It is not a teacher's job to impose their beliefs upon a child. Religious, sexual orientation, gender identity, any of the above. But allowing movies such as this assist teachers in opening a door, and please hear me, they assist teachers in opening a door for conversations that have no place in our classrooms.
We had played that for the viewers in the introduction, but I just want to give you a chance to respond.
Yeah, so that's what she's missing, and what these parents are missing is they're not in the school system. That just shows me that she's ignorant and has not come and volunteered at all. Because these conversations, these doors, they're open. These students have one-to-one devices. The amount of things that they're able to pull up that we have to shut down, these conversations, these doors that she's talking about, that's telling me I'm stripping her rights as a parent, those rights are gone when your child's in the public school system, because there are students talking about these things. It's where they get 90% of their socialization for the day. And we can't shut down every conversation every child has.
Thank you for being with us this morning. Keep us posted. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Instead of being truthful about it and being honest that we have straight up porn being marketed and trafficked to kids in school by teachers who are probably not all the way right, okay? The elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor, and I'm trying to be nice about it, right? But again, this is happening, right? And Democrats want to pass this off as the GOP trying to ban, for example, women's studies, right? You saw Kamala when she was talking to the crowd at the beginning of this video. The GOP wants to ban gender studies, which means they want to ban women's studies, which, I mean, hey, should we have women's studies in, high school or middle school or elementary school? Probably not, but I'm just saying this is what they do, okay? This is the trick. Now, MSNBC, again, is going along with this. They're defending the indefensible here by basically trying to mislead people in regards to why this teacher had the police called on her by parents in regards to this book that she offered to her middle school students. Okay, this teacher, again, his name is Sarah Bonner. She's from Illinois. And NBC News says on a tweet, an Illinois teacher offered her middle schoolers a best-selling LGBTQ-themed book. Parents filed a police report over her book choice. Now, if you look at this tweet, okay, just the layman, if you look at it at a snap glance, you can read the book here that they're holding up in the picture. She's smiling, and the book's title is Igniting Social Action in the ELA Classroom. Now, again, if you're a layman and you look at this and you read the article here just a little bit, you would think that, oh, they're banning a harmless book. They're just banning a book because, I don't know, they disagree with it because they think the book is woke, right? Now, in the actual article, they actually named the book, which is This Book is Gay, okay? Which gives you some idea in regards to what the book is about, right? But here's the problem. They don't actually put the images that were in the book or that are in the book that parents are upset with. Okay, you know why? Because reasonable people who actually see what is in the book will probably agree with the ban. And if they don't agree with the ban, then I got questions about those parents. Okay, I really do. Now, Elon Musk, thanks to his new Twitter, okay, his new community notes, his fact-checking feature, which he uses both ways. Okay, some people don't like fact checks, but if you're going to do it, hey, you know what? Do it both ways, and I don't have a problem with it. It's only when you weaponize it against one side, that's why I have a problem with it. But Elon has weaponized it against both sides, and I love what he's doing here. He said, the incorrect book is shown. The book in question is This Book is Gay, which explains how to find sexual partners online and contains sexually explicit pictures. Ding, 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 ding. Now, this was viewed 13.7 million times. Okay, so even the laymen here who see this tweet in a passing glance can see here from the fact check that no, that book contains adult content, like legitimate adult content, like this right here. Okay, this is what you see right here. This is what it contains. This is what they're defending. They're talking about rimming, right? Licking the bottom, eating poop. Okay, they're talking about boy on boy sex. Okay, they have explicit photos in the book, right? And that's, I mean, that's just, it's right here. Again, who in their right mind believes that this is something that belongs in school? Now, again, if the media was doing their jobs, they would actually post those pictures on their website and let parents know that, oh yeah, well, this is why parents call the cops on this teacher. Okay? Not only that, okay, apparently this teacher too, and I read this article about, she allegedly recommended a Netflix documentary called Money Shot, the P-Hub story. And what I mean by P-Hub, I mean adult website that everybody should know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe everybody shouldn't know it, but I'm just saying, everybody definitely knows what I'm talking about here. She recommended a documentary about an adult website. An adult website, she recommended a documentary, and the title of the documentary is called The Money Shot. We all know what a money shot is, right? We all know what that is. Again, how do you defend this? This is what this teacher's pushing in school, and people think this is a problem. They're trying to boo-hoo, whine, and cry victim that the police got called on her. I mean, the parents should be the ones that are applauded. They're the victims, right? The parents that had to call the police on the teachers, they're the victims. The children that were exposed to this, they're the victims. Not the teacher. She should be fired, right? Probably thrown in prison. Let's read a little bit here. An Illinois teacher of over 20 years had the cops called on her after she gave her middle school students the option of reading a book about sexuality and gender. Sarah Bonner held a book tasting for students in March and offered an array of fiction and nonfiction titles, including Juno Dawson's, quote, This Book is Gay, which quickly became the epicenter of a massive controversy when parents called the police over the book choice. Quote, I wanted to give them a smattering of fiction and nonfiction to choose from on a day that we call Reading Monday. Bonner told Today, we just read and celebrate books. Again, this is the boohoo sad sob story here. We just read and celebrate the diversity of books. We're just trying to read books from all genres. And it's just like, you see the propaganda that's being pushed here. Okay? They're not actually telling the whole story. Well, what books, right? Should we read every book in existence? Okay? I don't think every book in existence is appropriate for children, but apparently these people think so. Bonner, 42, learned that parents had gotten a hold of pictures their 8th graders snapped on their phones of the books during the class. Well, why would they do that? Why would they snap a picture? Because the 8th graders knew what they was looking at was not appropriate. They old enough to know that, right? I mean, I'm just saying. They're old enough to know that, okay? The parents filed a police report against the teacher for child endangerment. Facts. I mean, that is what it is. Quote, the notion that I was putting children in danger because of books I didn't feel safe, Bonner told Today. I knew I couldn't go back. Well, you couldn't go back because you know you're guilty. That's why. The best-selling nonfiction book has been promoted by publishers as an informational guide for everyone regardless of gender or sexual preference. It is also the 9th most banned book in America, according to Publishers Weekly. Yeah, so I mean, look, again, this is exactly what's supposed to happen. I don't think that this book should be allowed in school. It definitely should be banned. And if you want to call me a book banner, I don't care, right? I don't want adult content in school for kids. It's really that simple. The day after she learned of the police report, Bonner received a letter saying she had been placed on administrative leave at Hayward Junior High School. The letter, which was reviewed by Today, said the district, quote, recently became aware of certain allegations against Bonner and was investigating until the investigation was complete. Bonner was told not to perform any duties for the school district. Instead, Bonner decided to resign. Well, she resigned because she's guilty, right? She's guilty. That's just what it is. She's guilty. My first instinct was the kids, Bonner said, noting that many spoke of how her class was always a safe place during a special board meeting where the district voted to accept her resignation. Bonner told the outlet how she tried to help kids acclimate to, quote, bigger, more diverse spaces by offering them a diverse library of literary texts, including books centered on Black, Indigenous, and LGBTQ characters and themes. Again, so here's the problem. Why is it always, when you're talking about LGBTQ themes and characters, that overt, explicit sexual material is in the books, right? Again, I don't want to do this. I don't want to make the connection between LGBTQ and adult entertainment, right? But that is something, that is a connection they made for themselves, okay? They've made that connection, right? Now, again, talking about LGBTQ in general, because we are talking about sexual orientation, is sexual. But they've taken it to a whole nother level, because every single book that's about that they say is LGBTQ just so happens to have nudity, have sexual content. They're talking about sex. They're talking about all types of stuff. And it's like, if this is a straight book, right? If you had a book called This Book is Straight and it had sexual content in it, I'm against it, right? I'm against it. I'm like, okay, no, we shouldn't have that in school, right? I mean, common sense. We don't have adult content in school. Okay, most adult content is straight, right? Again, the reason why is because of adult content, but apparently they don't label it adult content if you throw LGBTQ on it. It's amazing stuff. It really is. And it really just blows my mind how this is even a debate in today's political atmosphere in regards to whether or not we should have adult content in schools. But the reason why is because the mainstream liberal media is misleading people. Like, they know, those anchors know, they all know that these books have explicit content, and I'm pretty sure they don't want their kids being exposed to it. They probably are all sending their kids to private schools where their kids aren't being exposed to this stuff. They are straight up misleading people, misleading the public in regards to what's in these books, and trying to make people think that, well, the GOP's just banning books that they politically disagree with, right? Books about slavery, they're banning it. Again, it's ridiculous, man. It really is sad to see how the media is defending what, again, is indefensible. Again, 20, 30 years ago, this wouldn't even be a conversation, right? These teachers would immediately be fired. They would be shamed, right? They would be shamed, thrown in jail, right? Everybody, no, these people should go to jail. Now we're defending them, and the mainstream liberal media is making them out to be victims and heroes. Again, it's ridiculous. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.